Hi Collective, Justine here from Gregor Girl Tarot. Please like this video to connect with the energy. I pulled a message card before I started this reading, and I just sat with it and asked Spirit what it meant. It's red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. And I'm not talking about the card game. This is like from back in the day. This game, basically, if you don't know, it's just that there's like a caller or a person in charge, and they have their backs turned and they say red light, green light, 1, 2, 3, and then you have to run. But then when they say stop and turn around, you have to freeze, and anyone who moves is out, and the person who wins is the person that gets to the caller first. But what Spirit was showing me is somebody who is admiring you, or somebody who you might be involved with already. This is like a romantic vibe I'm getting. And it's like when your back is turned, they're like blowing kisses at you and running towards you. But then when you turn around and they'll stop, and I haven't analyzed the stop part, but just when you turn around in terms of the game, they freeze and they don't show you that they were blowing kisses. That's how Spirit showed it to me. And just intuitively, before I pull any cards, it feels to me like a type of a situation where there might be some sort of complication, or I don't know, something that's taboo or unusual about the relationship. It could even be that, somebody hasn't maybe come out to their family, and, so they don't know how to negotiate that. I'm really not sure, but it's something like that. Maybe there's a huge age difference, or even a minor age difference. It depends on how people feel about that. And so that's the vibe I'm getting, is that someone is perhaps conflicted about the relationship. So I've already pre-shuffled and saged. So I'm just going to give it one more. One more. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You're showing up as the King of Swords. Okay, so you definitely know what you want. You're clear. So that makes sense, because that's what I was thinking. So you know what you want, and I think you're a little apprehensive about the other person, because you're definitely picking it up because you're very intuitive. But I feel as if you're interpreting it as being something that's definitely negative, and I'm not so sure about that. See, so 5 of Wands, I think that, I'm going to give you an example because it's going to be different for everybody, but let's just say that you are a lot younger than this person. They may be worried that if they really give their heart to you, that you might decide that, they're too old, right? Or that they can't mesh with your friends or something like that. And so they're seeing being with you as something that's going to bring rivalry or like competition into their life, and they don't like that. They're not into that, but that's their projection. So that's not necessarily true, and that can be flip-flopped, by the way. And the age is just an example that came to mind, but it could be religions, it could be that the other person has kids. All right. Woo, okay. So here's what I'm thinking. So this person is sitting in, Queen of Wands, more on the feminine. Their energy's more in the feminine. But you know what? I'm going to take that back. Forget the feminine. Feminine, masculine, doesn't matter. This person is suppressing their desire. They're suppressing their desire. They're screwing it up. Hold on. Let's shuffle this one more time. because I did a reading earlier and I got almost the same sequence. Yeah, man. You know what it is? This person has a lot on their plate. And they feel, maybe this is like someone who, you know, is very, they have a very high standard, which is, it's not a bad thing. They have high standards. They're thinking about their relationship with you and what they think you deserve, right? And they're like, can I deliver that? And will I be able to do it consistently? And what if and they're thinking about all these scenarios. And I mean, look, that's all I can see right now is like that they might, I wouldn't even say they're in their head. I feel like these are realistic concerns, but it's like they're not prioritizing the love. These other elements that are getting involved here are important, but it's like the love is not coming across as being super important here, or it's not a priority. Yeah. And they see you as being very independent and very, self-sufficient. And like, they don't know if they're going to improve your life or maybe take away from it in some way. And I also think that there's something that they're not comfortable sharing with people about the relationship. And this is no reflection on you. And this could be reversed. It could just be that they're not sure if their friends are not going to embarrass them, or is their family going to be awkward around you? Or here's an example, like they have kids, you don't have kids. Like, will the kids give you a hard time? Do you need that? Like that type of thing. That's what I'm feeling. And so they're not being sneaky when they're blowing you kisses. And then when you turn around, they're like, huh, what? I'm just standing here. They're not being sneaky. They're being responsible because they don't want to put it all out there, like, unless they can deliver. You want this one to come down. Yeah. But here's the thing. You are like very, I'm going to use the word fertile, but I'm not meaning fertility in the conventional way. I mean, like, you're in this phase right now where like everything you're doing is growing, and you're having great ideas, and people want to collaborate with you. So that might be one of the things that's making this person who has feelings for you, think that like, you might not need them, or like, maybe they're used to being with people that are dependent or like needy, and they don't know any other way. Maybe that's what I'm feeling. Yeah. But maybe it's the astrology, maybe it's something that's going on in your lives. I feel like something is going to happen here. This person is stepping out. And like this, you know what? So I got the Wheel of Fortune, and what I was really noticing this time when I looked at this card is that this little cat, his tail is a little bit close to that fire. He's ready to jump off that wheel. So, and again, genders don't matter. So it could be whatever. But he or her, they're going to jump off this wheel and make a move. This is not your energy, the way I'm seeing it. Yeah. They're perceiving you as being guarded. Yeah, they're perceiving you as being somebody who's going to be difficult to please. And again, that might be a projection. And maybe you are difficult to please. I don't know if that's a bad thing. Depends, right? Depends on the people. There's something about you guys that one of you guys has this thing in your lives and one of you doesn't. And the one who doesn't know if they're going to be able to accommodate that. So if you travel a lot for work, like they're not sure if they're the type of person who's going to be secure enough to deal with that. Or I gave you the kid example earlier. All right. Yeah. But this is the issue, okay? This is the issue. There's something that's not conventional about your relationship. So whatever you see as being conventional, or they see as being conventional, because people are different, maybe one of you was married like 3 times. Who knows? Maybe somebody here is in, some sort of alternative. Maybe somebody's not like, what is that word? Maybe somebody's polyamorous or something like that. So yeah, that's the burden too, is like, you guys are both on the same page, but like only one of you is comfortable with like being public about that. Yeah. So I think it is that the way they want to do it, at least initially, is to be like very private about it. And let me see how you feel about it. I know 7 of Swords is like sneaky or devious. I'm not getting that vibe off of this one. Wow, yeah. Devil and the Chariot. This person has had relationships in the past that were very codependent, or they've been with people that were not healed, not addressing, not loving from a healed place. And the thought of getting into a relationship dynamic like that again makes them want to bolt. Like, see ya. Almost so much so that they want to bolt before they even start. Yeah. And you're like really stressed out because you really like this person. You really care for them. Like is very, juvenile word. I don't know if it's love or like, but it's not lust. It's something more than that. You care about this person. They care about you. But this is a scar that they have. This is like a wound that they have from long ago. And I feel like they have healed it. But like maybe they're in a building stage right now. So they're like, ooh, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. And this isn't just like a relationship. This relationship presents some challenges. Maybe distance. Oh. Yeah. But yeah, like I do feel like no matter what the challenges are, I feel like I know you have clarity and so do they. And I do feel like they know what they want, you know what you want, and there's something really, I don't want to use the word destined, fated, but there's some sort of a soul connection here, not a karmic one. There's something about this relationship that's healing. It's like, it might be a test because this is exactly what you wanted on some level and now you're getting it. Yeah, like, okay. No way to sugarcoat this. So, this person definitely, maybe they just got out of a relationship or they're getting out of a relationship. I think you would know that. I didn't get that vibe. But they're not over that. They're not over what they've already been through. And they might be totally aware of that. And that's why they're keeping their distance, which is not a bad thing. But they're also concerned because they know that you're a catch. They think that you're phenomenal. And so, oh, my nose is itching again. I do have a little bit of a cold. But they know that, like, you have options. There are other, what's it saying, fish in the sea. They know that, you're a great person and you have a lot to offer. And if they like you, other people like you. And that's worrying them. All right, let's get, like, some advice here. Please, Spirit. The Moon. Need more, Spirit? So Spirit is cautioning you because, it might just not be the right time, because even though the two of you care about each other, and it's just, I mean, it might be the wrong time. Because the thing is, whatever it is that they're not comfortable with, this other person, or that they feel like maybe they're not ready for, it's something that will potentially make you very anxious and insecure in the relationship, because you'll feel that, and that's something they might be aware of, and that's why they're holding back. Because yeah, you'll sense that from them. So Spirit is saying, like, whatever it is not as important as how it makes you feel, and you need and should be with another person that makes you feel secure in the relationship. Something, but you shouldn't have to wonder. That's not good for you. And so Spirit is saying focus on that more than what's going on with this other person, because they're showing you where they are right now. Doesn't mean that's where they're going to be 2 months from now. I'm not saying you wait around forever, but like ultimately, you guys both have to be charging into this thing with the same amount of desire. Because if not, and if you reassure them that all these things that they're worrying about are going to be okay, you may start to focus on that, on making sure that that's the case, making sure that your family doesn't get involved, or making sure that the distance isn't a problem. And that will take away from the relationship. It will also make you resent them after a while. So it's always best to wait until everybody's ready. I just want to pull like one more card for clarity on that. Yeah. Because ultimately, if this person is the person for you, because there is somebody for you that you're destined to have something very healing with, something transformative for the two of you, for both of your stories. This is something that's going to be really good for you. But ultimately, you guys have free will, and you're both very, very powerful manifestors, and you will get there. But it's going to have to be when you are both in that place where it's ready, where it's the right time to like do this thing. And I'm getting the vibe that it's not right now. But I mean, again, you got to check in with yourself always, and only take what resonates. I already shuffled these, so let's just pull one of these cards. I like this deck. I just got this. Yeah, it's Cozy Witch. It's so adorable. Let's see. What does that say? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Acceptance, welcome, embrace. Yeah, totally. Like, go with the flow. Because if it's too difficult and like, what's risk reward? Like, if it's too much work and you don't find it rewarding, then that's okay. That's okay. Like, don't obsess over that. Move on. Totally. Acceptance. That's the key. Just let things flow. Let's pull let's just pull one of these. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you are still here, you should probably subscribe to the channel. Because, yeah, makes sense. All right. Ooh, what is that? Journey in reverse. Okay. Yes. This is a distance issue, perhaps. Yes, I'm getting a vibe that, like, I don't know what this actually means for, in the book. I don't care. I know what it means. It means that one of the things, this might be the main thing, is travel, where people live. There may be school districts involved. There may be family involved, a job situation. Let's get one more of these. Let's get one more of these. Ooh. Yeah, so, crown chakra, Archangel Uriel, and cornucopia. Okay, great. All right. Ultimately, follow your intuition. And if you are in a relationship and this is resonating with you, I don't like to get people's hopes up about things because you all have free will, but you do have the cornucopia card. And in terms of relationships, this is a beautiful, beautiful card to pull. It looks like it's just not going to be super simple to put this thing together, but it feels like there's something here. So anyway, hope that resonated with you, and I will see you next time. Bye.